Okay, so looking at this document here, population and income of racial groups in South Africa in 1991. We've got two pie charts here. Now, thinking about whether this is a primary source document or a secondary source, I could see here that it's obviously a secondary source because it's data and information that was gathered, after the fact by someone and turned into this pie chart here. We're not looking at a letter, an artifact, a document from government. We're looking at something that was created in the present tense, reflecting information that happened in the past. Okay. Understanding global history, Jarrett Publishing Company. We could see here that this is like a textbook company that produced this. Okay. Some important things to note as we're looking at this picture here. Okay. We're looking at the population. Whoops. And the income of racial groups in South Africa. We have pie charts here. So each of these segments is going to tell us the percentage of each race that is represented. Okay, on the left-hand side, we have the population by racial groups, so how many people there are. And on the right-hand side, the share of national income by racial group. So this is how much money do they have. Okay, and if you take a look here, Asians are 3% of the population and they have 3% of the wealth. That makes sense. Mixed race, 9%. Mixed race over here, 8%. Okay, that's still pretty much 9%. Blacks represent 72% of the population, but they only have 32% of the wealth. Hmm, that seems interesting. And if you look here, the whites only represent 16% of the population, but they control 57% of all the wealth. Okay. So if you're thinking about the historical context here, I would be thinking about, hey, what caused this? Well, the apartheid, right? You have the white minority that is in control of the government, that's segregating it, that's providing opportunities for only the white people, and removing those opportunities for the black people in South Africa. So as a result, the whites have all the money. And we can see that here in the pie chart. So that's the historical context that played into what we're looking at here. The audience, the purpose, and bias. There really isn't a bias here. It's pretty much just informational. The purpose, again, is informational. And the audience here is anybody that wants to learn about this information. Okay. Point of view is coming from a textbook company, right? So we're not really dealing with a lot of these issues we really look at when we're looking at documents because this is a secondary source and it's really just there to provide us with information. Some enduring issues that come to mind as I look at this are inequality, economic inequality, um, racism, right? And anything that you could think about that relates to apartheid or the fact that there's unequal distribution of wealth between the people there for whatever reason. Those are enduring issues you might want to consider if you were writing an essay on this, okay?